Today it's difficult to find words or qualifiers that can do justice to what is happening in Syria. The humanitarian situation remains catastrophic for families, for women, men, children who are caught in the line of fire. Plenty of people are being displaced. More than 9 million today in Syria depend on humanitarian aid. Thousands of people are being killed, injured every day, and do not have access for those injured to medical services. A lot of people are going missing, and this is a grave concern for the ICRC. And for those reasons, we have to step up our humanitarian response. This is why we have come up with a budget extension. We are asking for extra 77 million Swiss francs for the whole region. 30 million will be spent in Syria, and the rest will be distributed on neighboring countries, with an important share in Lebanon, Jordan, and Iraq. But Egypt also will benefit from a share of this budget extension for Palestinians who fled from Syria. This budget extension will cover more food and essential household items in Syria that will be distributed for displaced and needy families in Syria. Our priorities remain broader. The number one priority remains increasing the access for people to medical aid, to medical services. But this is a huge constraint today because there is a lack of acceptance from all sides to the conflict. An important priority for us is to reach very vulnerable communities in besieged areas or areas under the control of the armed opposition where access is problematic. And today, despite our budget extension, the gap is still growing between the needs that we observe in Syria and the overall humanitarian response. In the neighboring countries, the gap is also growing between the needs of Syrian refugees, host communities, and the available response. UNHCR is doing a remarkable job for the refugees, but this is, of course, not enough. If you look to the needs, if you look to the situation of despair of families who fled into neighboring Lebanon, Jordan, Iraq, Egypt, Turkey, the ICRC focuses on areas where it really has added value, such as war surgery. We have a very ambitious program in Lebanon where we would like to develop a surgical response for wounded people. We have an important re-establishing family links for people who fled Syria to put them in contact with their loved ones in the neighboring countries. But our main focus remains in Syria proper, and we are committed and determined to reach out more needs in the field, despite the huge constraints that our delegates and that the volunteers of the Arab Red Crescent Society are confronted with every day.